and sing Oktoberaften under en himmellag.
We celebrated my birthday in the Harz Mountains at the beginning of this month. Turning a year older made me realize how long I've been working on my current project. Next month it will be 3 years since I started out on creating my Goddesses Oracle deck. In today's video I want to tell you more about this long-term project and give you a glimpse into the evolution of the deck, the struggles I am facing and where I am at right now. It all started in 2020, when I created my first goddess illustration and shared it on my Instagram. The first goddess I drew was Freya. Back then, I would have never imagined that there were so many more goddess illustrations to come, and that I would eventually even work on putting them together in an oracle deck. Over the years, I illustrated goddesses from many different cultures. I got requests from my audience to create a Goddesses Oracle deck on a regular basis, so I eventually decided to commit myself to this project. Creating an oracle deck is hard. It takes time, dedication and effort. I know that I could make this much easier for myself. I know that I could just take all of the goddess illustrations I have ever created, throw them together in a deck with some buzzwords printed on the cards and just call it a day. But that is not the deck that I want to make. I want to make a deck that I am actually proud of. Creating my illustrations takes a lot of time, but writing the guidebook for this deck takes even longer. The book I am writing is in its 3rd revision now, and finally the deck is shaping up to the product that I want it to be. Even though this is still a work in progress, I want to show you the current status of the deck. First of all, I decided to limit the goddesses that I wanted to include in this deck. Since I am of European heritage and I have no personal connection to Egyptian or African deities, I decided to exclude these goddesses from those cultures that I already illustrated. I know that some people might not like this, but I felt this was a necessary decision to make, to really do the goddesses that are included in my deck justice. Then I had to create a system for myself to organize the goddesses. After a lot of trial and error, I decided to focus on archetypes to group the deities in. There are 8 different archetypes in the deck now. This system will be useful if you plan on using the deck for divination purposes. Another way to use the deck is to connect with each individual goddess. Every goddess will have her own chapter in the guidebook. This is what a chapter currently looks like. On the first page will be a text describing what is known about the goddess from sources and scholarly works. The next page, here on the left, is the divination approach. It will include a personal message for the reader from this goddess. This message also corresponds with her archetype. On the last page, you will find 3 ideas on how to connect with this deity, either through ritual work, offerings, or other activities. This will not only contain those ideas, but also anchor them in scholarly sources, if possible. I am currently in the process of rewriting the whole book and fact-checking all the information that I included about the goddesses. The internet is an amazing resource, but there's a lot of information, especially about deities, that is presented as historic facts when it's actually personal gnosis. I don't want to continue to spread other people's personal ideas about different goddesses in my book. Instead, I want to give fact-based information, as far as this is possible for a topic like this, and give the reader the chance to explore and build their own personal gnosis on the basis of that. I'm also redrawing some older artworks, because I feel like they lack the depth that the deity that is portrayed deserves. In addition to that, I also need to lay out and illustrate the rest of the book, and of course edit all the finished artworks into coherent format to become actual oracle cards. The question I get asked the most is, when does the oracle deck come out? And even though I would love to answer this question for you, I simply don't know. I'm hoping to finish the project this year, but finishing the book and the layouts and the artworks doesn't mean that I have a finished product. After the initial work is done, I need to find a printing company to work with. This also takes time. I need to go through different printing samples and test products to find the perfect fit. So there's still a long way to go until I can finally set a publishing date for my Goddess's Oracle. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary to work on a project like this for such a long time, especially in the world that we live in, where everything is so fast-paced and new oracle decks appear on the market every other day. I try to remind myself that good things take time. I know that my oracle deck will eventually see the light of day, and when I can hold the first physical copy of it in my hands, I will feel so proud of what I have achieved. My sincere hope is to create a product that is really worth people's time and money, and that it will truly enrich their lives. So, that is the big project that I'm currently working on. I hope you enjoyed getting some insight into my work process today, and I will continue to share updates on this topic in future videos. If you want to support my work, you can subscribe to my channel, visit my Etsy shop, follow me on Instagram, or even become a patron if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.